Good morning to all traders and welcome to another Market Insights video provided to you by Orbex. Today I have two very interesting opportunities. Euro Aussie, because Euro is weak and Aussie is very strong, and it looks like we have probably reached the extension level we're expecting to. And also dollar with Mexican peso. Another very interesting opportunity, and that is, of course, because we're very near a breakout level. Now, those two levels I'm looking at because there is not been much of a rhetoric against China over the past few days. Trump has shifted his focus on Iran, and there is expected some sort of partial deal maybe around the G20 meeting. So the thing is that is helping the Aussie as well as other risk assets to move higher. Now, if we look the Mexican situation, we have the interest rate decision today. Although the bank is expected to stand by with an 8.25 interest rate to keep it on hold, investors still see this a little bit bullish, you know, because the economy is slowing, but there is some sort of, you know, firmness in the bank, and this is good for investors, and they're most likely going to support the Mexican peso with this. The thing is that with the falling dollar as well after Fed's decision to probably, like, you know, in July's meeting cut rates, that's going to be also supported further. And when taking into consideration that Mexico was the first one to sign after some ratifications, of course, the USMCA agreement and actually go forward with it recently, then this is probably going to increase the trade as well. It will be easier for Mexico to trade and cheaper. So that is going in the long term to help the economy further. Now, on the economic calendar, we have some, of course, data in Europe, and that are going to affect the European currency, with CPI, of course, being the main one to look at, US GDP, pending home sales, and of course then later in the night, what is the favorite for the day, the Bank of Mexico interest rate decision. Well, let's jump to the charts. I want to start with euro dollar daily. We're expecting prices to move a little bit higher, to be honest, like 2 weeks ago when we looked at this, but we're still moving with the same patterns. We still remain bearish in the longer term to go down to complete wave C of this expanding flat, okay, which is a combination, an ABC combination and an ABC here, so a flat combined with an expanding triangle. We are still expecting this to move lower. The thing is, although we do see some signals, okay, on the bearish side, that could be the case, but we could also see another move to the upside. Why I say this? Because we are still trending. We are still actually trending. We still are contained within the upside channel, okay? So as long as this level is, well, I mean, we could even have a false break and prices could move back up, right? But as long as we remain within this area, the upside is still possible, okay? Of course, one scenario is that the upside ended here, and we are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay, with an intermediate wave 3 expected, then 4 and 5 to finish around 153, 157. RSI and MACD support. Or the other scenario could be simply this. It could be that we are now corrected, finished the ABC, our wave 4 moved down here, is not here any longer, because previously we had 4 and 5, now we could have 3, 4 and 5, okay? So we could go a little bit higher. That would actually support my original idea, around 166, 165, 50, 165, who knows. And then look that after this impulse, go to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay? That is also the scenario. Now, don't forget, as long as we are trading within the ascending channel, that is still a case, okay? Could move down here, that would invalidate this last move, and that would become a correction, probably something like an ABC down here as a flat. And then, of course, this is where we'll look for further clues. Now, let's just move on. So the Mexican peso, the favorite of the day. Okay, here we had an 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 move up here, and we're looking now at an ABC correction with wave C, a remainder, okay? Now, after completing this move, we move to an ABC, and now we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 again, okay? So this is a zigzag, potentially, okay, with an A, B, C, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ABC, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ABC in the longer term, okay? Now we are actually wave 2. This, if I'm not mistaken, is the 38.2 Fibonacci retracement. Let's have a look. Yeah, so if we look at this from there to there, this is the 38.2, okay? Now, the thing is that that's wave 1, that's wave 2. Within wave 2 correction, we have an interesting combination. This is like an ABC expanding combined with a zigzag, which is completely flat, and also combined with a triangle, okay? Then we had the throwback, completed wave 2, and it looks like we're going for wave 3 all the way down, okay? What we need to see, 38.2, right? What we need to see is the break of this previous low at 1887. That would validate bulls. And of course, if we go a little bit closer, this is what we're looking at. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, okay? Now, in the shorter term, we are 1, we are 2, we're going for 3, 4, and 5. I correction as an ABC over here with an impulse to the upside, and what we could potentially see now is another impulse to the downside. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would bring us, down to 1887 or so. That could, of course, appear as an ABC, right? So, and actually, no, that would be an impulse because we're looking at wave 3. Okay, so that would be an impulse to the downside, so probably looking at breaking below that level. And the interest rate decision to do is going to play its role for this. We get some supportive signals from RSI and MACD. So I'm also expecting that, had this break. I'm expecting now the break of this level, just to make sure that we're not into a head and shoulders pattern here, because if that was the case, then most likely looking to move higher. Even if we moved higher, actually, that wouldn't mean anything. We're still looking at the same pattern because if we go and have a look, this is like a triangle, okay? So we're looking at this being wave E. Still, we can come up to around 20, 22 or so, and then look for sales. So this is for the day, okay? I would pay attention to the events I mentioned. Don't forget, we have interest rate decision later in the night. Thank you very much for watching, and don't forget to visit our blog. It's where we cover the latest news, provide trading ideas, and provide you all the necessary tools so you can trade more successfully.